Hi everyone, it's Alyssa here at the Township of Washington Library. Today we're making a DIY infinity fidget cube. We're using these wooden blocks and some mini tape. It is 3/4 of an inch. I already have 16 pieces of duct tape pre-cut and they're about 1.5 inches long. You might need to trim a little. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We put 2 blocks together and we're going to lay a piece of tape across the 2 blocks. I'm going kind of sloppy here. You can make yours neater. Make sure your tape is nice and secure. And you can trim the edges if you need to. Okay, so now we're going to see how that moves. That's like a little hinge that we've made. I'm going to fold it up. So I'm turning it over and then folding it. So those 2 pieces of blue tape are touching each other. And we can see that tape seam, and I'm going to lay a piece of tape across that tape seam. Rub it, and see, now we've got this nice little hinge here, and we can move these 2 blocks. Now we're going to take 2 more and put that on top. And now we need to tape the sides. So I'm just trying to make sure everything's all lined up evenly. You'll make yours neater than mine, but we're going to get those sides to tape these bottom 2 to the top 2 together to make a unit of 4. So let's do one side. Again, make yours neater than mine. Press it down. Make sure your edges are nice. Press it down nice and firm. Then flip it. Don't let your block fall like I did. And we're going to tape the other side. So again, this will make us have a unit of 4. Okay, so now we have this nice little hinge here too, and when we fold these down, and then flip it up, we see this area of 4 uncovered pieces of wood. And so we'll have 2 on the right that we cover with a piece of tape, and the 2 on the left that we cover with a piece of tape. Kind of similar to the beginning, now we have a nice little hinge that we've created with the tape. And then we can fold it back up to make 4, or fold it down to make a line. So now we're going to have to do the same thing with our second set of 4. So again, a piece of tape across these bottom 2, or what will become the bottom 2, and make sure we press it down nice and tight. Flip it over, fold it in on itself, and tape over that seam. There we go, we have a nice hinge. Okay, so we're keeping that tape, that blue tape exposed where we just taped. We're going to put the other 2 on top of it, and then we're going to tape the sides. Alright, same thing. Now we've created a little hinge with these top 2. We can fold them down, and we'll tape the right 2 together and the left 2 together. So now we'll have 2 separate sets of 4 blocks, so we need to join them together. Okay, so see here I have the tape facing up. We're actually going to flip these around so the tape is facing down. So I have the kind of underside with no tape exposed here. And we're just going to put them into their nice little square and put them side by side. And we'll fold that in on itself so those exposed pieces of wood are all touching each other. And now when I turn it towards me, make one turn towards me. Again, I have 4 pieces of exposed wood that have not been covered by tape. We'll use 2 more pieces of tape and we'll go across the top and across the bottom to connect these 4. Okay, so we're only connecting the top 2, 1 piece of tape across the top 2, 1 piece of tape across the bottom 2. Okay, so very similar to when we began, we're now going to fold the cube open. We've created that hinge, we're going to smush that hinge together, and underneath, there's our exposed wood again. We want to connect this. So these middle 4 that you see, I'm going to put a piece of tape across the top and the bottom. So it's the second and third cube on each row. We're going to leave the end ones exposed, and you'll see I need to trim my piece here a little bit so I don't create an incorrect hinge. And just press everything down firmly, neaten it up as you will, and you'll see we're going to have our infinity cube. That is it. Alright, so now we can kind of fold it in, unfold it. So you can use duct tape to cover every single side of exposed wood. You can paint your cubes, you can use marker, you can use stamps, however you'd like to make your infinity cube your own. Have fun!